Good evening, basketball fans. Welcome to the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup. We're live here in Manila at the Araneta Coliseum. Please enjoy the local entertainment.
Puerto Rico. This is the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Win for all!
Well, it's a team game, and when you win for all. Hello, everybody. I'm your commentator, Josh Bett, alongside head coach Will Voigt. Tonight, we're getting set for the final group game here at Group B between Puerto Rico and China. Well, Coach, the stakes are going to be set very high here. Puerto Rico wins. Destiny is in their hand. They'll take that second spot. But here's where it gets very interesting. If China wins, South Sudan will take second. But if China wins by 35 points, they'll take the second spot.
Yeah, a lot up for grabs in this game tonight. I think for China, they're focused just trying to pull off the upset. Not as concerned with the margin of victory. Obviously, being that top Asian team gets them to the Olympics, and that's probably their ultimate goal right now.
Well, Puerto Rico's players coming out: John Holland, Isaiah Pinheiro, and George Condon, the big man, Stevenson Jr., or Thompson Jr., excuse me, again. He was crucial in their opening game against South Sudan in overtime. Yeah,
really big minutes from him. You know, of course, his younger brother, Ethan Thompson, also on this team. Both of them stars from Oregon State.
Well, this is a very talented team. Ismael Romero, man who featured for many teams in the former FIBA Liga de las Americas. Well, he is a high-flying player. Had a bit of a voodoo in the first game, missing 2 free throws that automatically have given Puerto Rico the win in regulation against South Sudan. But they went to OT collectively, and they did it as a team. Well, Tremont Waters is going to be a key factor for them in the backcourt, a prime-time shooter from the three-point line.
Yeah, no question. He can shoot it from deep. Really important for them, though, that he's efficient in his offensive game.
Well, head coach Colon of this Puerto Rican team knows expectations will be high. They're coming into this game as favorites, but now let's move over to China. It's been, at the moment, it's one of those generations for Chinese basketball. No Yi Jianlian, no Yao Ming, of course, but the key players for them are going to have to be that man, Lee Kai-er, currently playing for the Minnesota Timberwolves in the NBA, and Zhou Qi. But the other surrounding support players, they've got to deliver for this Chinese national team.
Yeah, no question about it. Coach Djordjevic, I think, still trying to figure out who are those guys that he can count on to contribute along those stars. Has gone with that younger Chinese lineup in the second quarter and fourth quarter of the last 2 games. And that group showed some chemistry, so let's see if he continues to build on that.
Well, there's the big man. Zhou Qi played in the NBA for the Houston Rockets briefly before going back to China. Now he is currently returning to the CBA after a brief spill in Australia in the NBL. Something that he wanted to do himself to really enhance his game. Had a very rough, FIBA 2019 World Cup and that disappointing loss against Venezuela. But now it's a new generation. It's his time to be the leader. Well, this team is captained by Zhou Peng. And John Jolin, he had a good start against Serbia. He's got confidence in his three-point shooting. But China, one of those teams, they live and die by the perimeter.
Well, Zhang Jinlin, star player from Tulane, not afraid of the moment, really came out with a lot of aggression in those first 2 games. They'll need him to knock down some big shots for them tonight.
Well, Lee Kai-er Scoreless in his first game against Serbia, but then, a very good 20-plus point game against South Sudan, but, unable to really compete with the South Sudanese physicality and athleticism. But China need to make sure collectively tonight they're one unit, and they got to stop that man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you saw earlier, Serbia topping the group with an emphatic victory against South Sudan. And we're going to find out who's going to take that second spot. It could be China, Puerto Rico, or South Sudan still. There are your standings, but only one team will finish in second place. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please stand and pay respect and homage to the national anthems of China and Puerto Rico.
Please remain standing for the national anthem of China.
National anthems of both Puerto Rico and China, two beautiful countries, have been sung, and now players will cross over, shake hands with each other, pay each other respect and homage. And now we're going to get set to introduce our three referees for tonight's game. Well, we're very proud to say that you can see both coaches, Djordjevic and Coach Colon, getting ready now for high-impact action. Well, there are the three referees coming from Ecuador, Latvia, and Spain. From Ecuador, we have Carlos Peralta, Luis Castillo, and Gatis Salins from Latvia. Well, we are very proud to say that we have some of the finest officials here in world basketball. They've done an excellent job in all of our competitions, and they'll continue to do so here tonight for the final group match between China and Puerto Rico of Group B in the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup. We'll start in lineups. We're going to take it very shortly. But again, one thing you got to know about this Puerto Rican team, they are very consistent from the perimeter, especially that man right there, Tremont Waters. He definitely can put on a showcase.
Yeah, no question. He can really heat up from deep. Puerto Rico loving to get up and down as much as possible, and that's going to test China, averaging 97 points allowed so far defensively, something they obviously have to get better at, and their transition defense especially has been lacking in those first two games. So Coach Colon there is going to have his guys ready to run.
Well, we're going to look at the starting line for Puerto Rico. We have Isaiah Pinheiro, George Conde, the big man, will play inside. Steven Thompson Jr. Now the power forward role will go to Ismael Romero. But again, number 51 is the key player to look out for, Tremont Waters. We'll look out for the likes of John Holland coming off the bench, not to mention the likes of Reyes and Aleem Ford. But, Howard is going to have a big night here. We know that he is a lethal shooter in transition, but if this becomes a 10-plus three-point field goal game for Puerto Rico, I can't see the game going any other way. Yeah,
no question. Howard has to have the same kind of game he had in their last game. We see Waters here leading the World Cup in assists, but doing so while also leading the World Cup in turnovers. So averaging 6.5 turnovers. He's got to find a way to be more efficient. Such a dynamic player, but those turnovers have to come down. And then, of course, George Condon here, third in rebounds, first in offensive rebounds, averaging 5.5. per game. He's brought tremendous energy to this group.
Well, the big man, George Condon, double-double, as you mentioned, ranked number 3 in terms of rebounding here in the FIBA World Cup. Second chance points will be an underlying X factor in this game. Nelson Colon now, the head coach's team. You know, they rid the storm against South Sudan in their opening game. You know, what's very impressive about Puerto Rico is, you know, being able to come back from 30 points and making a 10-point deficit against Serbia. But let's pay our attention now to China. Lee Kai-er, 20 points in his second game. A big turnaround from his opening disappointment against Serbia. But Zhou Qi's got to be a big factor for the Chinese national team.
Yeah, well, they're going to need both those guys to have big games. You know, nice to see Lee Kai-er come alive a little bit in that second game. Still struggling overall, just shooting 32% so far in this World Cup, only 25% from 3. But Zhou Qi's been really efficient. Definitely need to look to get him the ball. And interesting that Coach Djordjevic goes with Lee Kai-er coming off the bench. It's something we actually saw from them in their tune-up games. You know, going to Lee Kai-er as a 6-man spark plug, and maybe that's something that'll get him going again.
Well, Zhao Rui will be their key factor in the backcourt. Lee Kai-er, as you mentioned, playing for the Minnesota Timberwolves. First non-Chinese-born player to represent China at a FIBA Basketball World Cup. Now, he does have Chinese ancestry and heritage, of course, and that was a big factor for him representing this country. And, of course, you know, he's mentioned how proud he is to play for this national team. And this is a big opportunity for him and for Chinese basketball, because remember, they lead history in terms of FIBA Asia Cup. But now let's talk about this man. He is the generational player that Chinese basketball hopes to continue to build around. In the World Cup so far, his numbers, they haven't been as big as we'd expect them to be.
Well, he's been efficient when he's had the opportunity. So shooting 73% from the floor, he just has to be more aggressive in looking for the ball. And if Coach, of course, Coach Djordjevic needs to make sure that they're running plays to get him those touches down low.
Saša Djordjevic, the head coach of China. Remember, in 2019, he was leading Serbia, in which he had to face his former team in their opening game. But, you know, if there's any coach who can turn things around and really improve the state of Chinese international basketball for FIBA Asia Cups and World Cups, and who knows, maybe potential Olympics, he is the man for sure.
Yeah, no question. I was at their shoot-around this morning, and it was great to see him laughing, joking around with players. He was having little shooting games with almost all of them, and I think he won most of them. So that, you know, that's never a good sign when as the
bull
coach
doesn't lie, does it?
when you're the coach and you're winning. But just his overall demeanor with the group, I think, has been good.
On the last 4 FIBA World Cup games, opponents of Puerto Rico have scored plus 90 points. That includes 2019. So defensively, that's something China probably can take a lot of positivity, that they can try to identify weaknesses in the Puerto Rican defense.
Well, and they're going to need that. You know, China has struggled offensively here. Hoping to find something early on. Also bringing Lee Kai-er off the bench in case things are stagnant in the beginning of the game.
Well, now we're just over a minute away from tip-off here at the Araneta Coliseum. This is the host for Groups A and B, and this is the final group stage. And they've had at least one win in the group phase in the World Cup since 1990 for China. Well, that's something they really have to turn around here tonight. Well, the official Tissot countdown to tip-off is underway, and a big shout-out and thank you to the official partners for this game, Tissot, as they've done with many great FIBA events. Well, China now have had the final say. Ismael Romero watching on with his coach. The players now enter the court. Chinese players first to shake hands with the referees. Well, Zhou Qi, as you mentioned, aggression needs, it's more than just aggression. It's almost ruthless tenacity that he needs to play with.
Yeah, and you know, that's been an issue for these Chinese national teams. Sometimes these younger guys lack the confidence when they get onto this big stage. They're going to need him to play with that real dominance inside. He has the size advantage, needs to be big, ask for the ball down there.
Well, he's probably going to defensively match up with George Condon. That's going to be a very interesting test for Zhou Qi. Probably Joe Pang playing power forward. The captain of China will have to defend Ismael Romero. So, you know, China, one thing we have seen is they do at times play a little bit lackluster when intimidating teams come in with athleticism and physicality. And this Puerto Rico team, they're no different from any of the other opponents.
Yeah, no question about that. It'll be interesting to see how this Chinese backcourt handles that. You know, Puerto Rico probably going to try to pressure these young guards, see how they handle that.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the final group game here of Group B at the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup. China had the first possession against Puerto Rico. Zhao Rui now trying to kick this one out, and right away just throws it away. Poor pass. Puerto Rico, a team that likes to play high tempo. What is there in the backcourt? Got it by Zhang Zhelin. Here comes the penetration now by Thompson Jr. Puts him a little float again, just taking Zhao Rui to school.
Yeah, nice finish there from Stevie Thompson. Saw a mismatch in the post, went right to it.
Well, good hands by Tremont Waters. Just taking the ball off Hu-Ming Xuan like candy from a baby. Waters now on a bit of crisscross action again. Put on a clinic over there. Crisscross, Trevon Waters.
Yeah, and you saw the ball handling ability there from Waters.
Remember, if China want to get into that second spot, they have to win by at least 35 points. And that's a strong move by Zhao Rui, as he will go to the charity stripe. But if China win by less, South Sudan will take that second spot.
And you know that they're watching this game very intently, hoping China can pull off the upset.
Well, that's a good penetration there by Zhao Rui. Again, just finding the weaknesses in Puerto Rico's defense. Yeah, Tremont Waters, a player that you know very, very well. I mean, this guy, when he gets into that rhythm, in the zone, if you think about it, he almost becomes unstoppable.
Yeah, he really does. And, you know, you saw the ball handling on that first possession. When he's feeling good, he is a handful to defend. So sometimes when he's dancing with the ball, that's a way for him to get into the game. Now all of a sudden you're seeing the deep three pull-ups. You're seeing everything expanding from there.
It looks like it's going to be a double block out here against Joe Chi as Pinheiro trying to help out. China getting their first 2 points of the game from the charity stripe. Well, as we saw in the Serbia game, Puerto Rico, they will find confidence. Something they've never lacked so far in the first 2 games. Waters getting guarded, but a quick foul is going to be called against Hu-Ming Xuan. Well, they got the double team there off the ball screen, but again, it was almost like Hu-Ming Xuan didn't need to reach in that spot.
Yeah, I really think he bailed them out there. They had Waters in trouble. Joe Chi out on the aggressive hedge. You'd like to see him just stay solid there.
Well, this is interesting. Joe Chi matching up with Ismael Romero. Well, Joe Pang, captain, defending George Condit. Well, come up and Romero goes in and again lays it up. Chinese defenders all over the place.
Yeah, and Pinheiro, nice job there sealing off Joe Chi.
Well, you can see that Puerto Rico averaging 33 points in the paint. China only averaging 26. Another foul here. So this is going to be another trip to the charity stripe for China.
And I like Zhao Rui's aggression here. I thought he had a really nice game for them against South Sudan. Still only 27 years old. You know, combo player from Guangdong. When I was coaching in China, he was kind of an up-and-comer, but has always had that confidence to play against the best in the world.
Well, Guangdong having 2 prominent clubs in the CBA. The more noticeable one is the Guangdong Southern Tigers that play in Dongguan. And then you've got the Shenzhen Leopards, you know, a relatively new team in the CBA.
Yeah, that's correct. Some great basketball down in the southern region of China.
Zhao Rui makes the second free throw. Again, it needs to be confidence from China, as we've seen in the past 2 games. They go through passages of play where they turn the ball over, and you can see everybody's body language drop. If there's any game that they need to do it, now is the time. Thompson finding Romero. Got it here by Joe Chi. Romero trying to go to work here. Good defense by Joe Chi, but that's going to be Puerto Rico ball with 3 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, really nice job there from Joe Chi, holding his ground, not committing any silly foul, using his length to make things difficult for Romero.
Once a teammate of James Harden for the Houston Rockets back in that 2017-18 season. Pinheiro gets a seal off. Smart play there, just identifying the mismatch against Zhang Jilin.
Yeah, really nice move there from Pinheiro. Knew they were in a late clock situation. They're trying to get something easy. Really looking more for the corner, but Pinheiro able to seal his man early there.
Finds Waters in the corner. John Ray doesn't want to give this time any room or space again. Waters going baseline, but George Condit, another offensive rebound. The big man just goes in for the follow-up.
Yeah, nice job there from Condit. He has been all over the offensive rebounds in this tournament.
John Ray coming off a ball screen with Joe Pang. Oh, another mismatch here. He's got it by George Condit. That's where Joe Chi needs to post up, but they still don't get the ball to him. Zhang Jilin, he'll take a three-pointer. He'll fire this one and sinks it right in the face of Isaiah Pinheiro. Look how quickly Puerto Rico get the ball up the floor, and it's a transition triple. Can't get it. China looking to take the lead for the first time. Joe Chi on the perimeter, got it by Ismael Romero. And Zhao Ray for a deep three, almost got that one. Romero now, taking this in the paint, not going to try to go for any small post moves against Joe Chi. And another foul is going to be called against Hu Ming Xuan. That's going to be his second personal already. So Djordjevic already getting ready to make a change. Is now Lee Kai-er checks into the game for the first time for China.
And you have to like this start from China. You know, bringing Lee Kai-er off the bench. Really solid start to the game. Hopefully he can be that spark plug for them offensively.
Puerto Rico is still leading by a slender 1 point. Thompson going baseline. Tries to make the pass. Again, Joe Chi throwing it right away. Caught it for a deep three. He's made one in this tournament so far. And Joe Chi secures a rebound. Jilin calling for the ball screen, hesitates. Nowhere to go, but again, suffocated defense coming from the big man, George Condit.
Yeah, nice defense there from Condit. Really great lateral quickness, able to switch out on perimeter players.
Joe Chi looking for the handoff. Zhao Ray goes in with a teardrop, can't get it. The big man almost got an offensive board, but now he's got to get back on defense. Waters, he finds a bit of time and space. He can make these, just still at basketball, obeying the laws of gravity and going right through the basket.
Yeah, and Puerto Rico a little lucky there. Looked like Condit might have rolled out the defender when he went underneath that screen.
Lee Kai-er got it by Isaiah Pinheiro. Joe Pang going down the middle, Pang going up. Yeah, no control in that whatsoever. Puerto Rico tries to extend their lead. Mid-range come from Isaiah Pinheiro, and again, just punishes Lee Kai-er.
Yeah, and China really has to get control of this tempo. Puerto Rico wants to get up and down. China needs to slow it down, try to execute in the half court.
Well, almost turned it over. Joe Chi keeps it alive, and again, for the dish off, and Joe Chi's got to be better than that. 6-point lead to Puerto Rico. Conde going down low to Romero. Romero putting too much up. Zhang Jilin could have had a wide open layup. He's going to let that one go out of bounds. And it seems like that the reaction from these players from China.
Yeah, unforced turnover there from Romero. We'd like to have that one back. And it's interesting, we still haven't really seen a lot of chemistry when Lee Kai-er has been in the game. You know, I thought that group that started the game able to move the ball a little bit better. Seems like they're still trying to figure out how to play off of him.
Well, the man you just saw on the screen is the father of Lee Kai-er, traveling out here to see his son play for this Chinese national team at the moment. Zhang Jilin, another turnover. Waters trying to find Condon and goes out of bounds, but that will remain Puerto Rico ball.
Yeah, China needs to be stronger with the ball. Puerto Rico looking to run any opportunity that they have. Really need to make sure they're executing in the half court.
Again, it's just the hustle to try and sprint back there. I mean, good job by Joe Payne to prevent Condon from getting a wide open look. Waters again, he's made 1 3, takes another one. Doesn't get this one. But again, it's the same story. Well, George Condon, I don't know who you'd be more disappointed there, but Coach Conlon applauding his players' effort.
Well, Condon has played hard throughout this World Cup. Really hard to keep off the offensive rebounds. Where he needs to make the next step is what he does once he gets those offensive rebounds. So his ability to finish those, his ability to find the right kickouts, that's the next step for him as a player.
Zhao Jiwei coming in the game, attacking the basket, but it's a wide open look. He's got to make that, Coach.
Yeah, that's a frustrating one for Coach Djordjevic. Good look there from Jiwei.
And now with a mismatch, double team. Thompson Jr. comes up with it. Mira made 3 threes against Serbia in the third quarter. Makes his first one. The former Dara Shafika player, Sasha Djordjevic. He's seen enough as his team now trailing by 9 points. He'll call timeout as he wants to talk it over.
Yeah, and as soon as Lee Kayar comes into the game, Puerto Rico immediately goes on an 8-0 run. So China really has to figure out what the chemistry is with him. We've kind of seen this throughout the World Cup so far.
That's it. Go. It's not going to happen by itself. We have to do it. Go. Defensively, nothing, babe. You can play. Just go every time what you're playing, right? L3. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. Hey, head up. Head up. Fight it. Right? Go. Give me presence. Give me a captain. Okay. L3. Let's go. Shoot it. Hey. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Let's go.
Well, interesting. You hear Sasha Djordjevic saying to his players, head up, head up. You know, it's one thing we see with these players. They do get down on themselves very quickly.
Yeah, and you saw that in that shoot around this morning, too. He's trying to instill some confidence into his group.
Well, Tremont Waters, the kind of player that can definitely control the tempo of any game. So far, making his first three-pointer, but that's a roll of the dice right there. Well, he's been averaging 14 points and 10 assists, leading the FIBA World Cup in assists, but right now 5 points, but it's only a matter of time before he really gets into that Tremont Waters mode.
Well, I like how he started this game, hasn't forced anything. China's made a few mistakes going under screens. That's when he's taken his threes, so really solid start for him.
Zhao Jiwei tries a wide open three, and that's a good response there for China. Second treble of the game. China going with slightly a smaller lineup. Zhao Jiwei, good defense. Can they come up with it? And they kind of come up with a steal. This is better now. Zhang Jilin looking to take on George Condit. 6 points deficit for China. Who trying to go baseline, goes up, counted, and he gets the and one. And all of a sudden, a spire of confidence here in these Chinese players.
Yeah, really strong finish there. Coach Djordjevic in that last timeout, imploring his guys to fight. And they've come out here and done that. Really good defensive possession there. You saw guys diving on the floor, getting after loose balls. Hopefully this energy stays with them for the rest of this quarter.
And it's interesting because you think about the game against South Sudan and in Serbia, he kept the, from the first game, the second string of players on the court. Maybe it was a message he was trying to send to the team. Look, I want a group of players who want to compete. I want a group of players who want to be a collective unit. I don't want people to drop their heads.
Yeah, he's really been, I think searching for lineups that will play with that confidence and chemistry. Hasn't really found any consistency from the group yet so far.
We're trying to cut it down to a three-point ball game. Howard checking into the game. Pinheiro looking for a penetration. Takes for the mid-range, rattles its way in and out. That goes out of bounds. Now we'll go back to China. Lee Kayar may have just taken a shot to the ribcage.
Yeah, Pinheiro, really strong athlete. When he lowers that shoulder, you're going to feel it.
Trying to find Zhao Jiwei. Going around Howard, kicks out John Jolin. He's made 1-3, goes for another one, can't get it. Romero comes up with a rebound. John Holland next season will play for Hapoel Tel Aviv. Goes in for 50-foot off the dribble again. Nice little rhythm there from Howard.
Yeah, and Howard can score with the best of them. We saw him finally get into a little bit of rhythm in that last game. With Waters out of the game right now, expect Howard to be aggressive.
Both teams with 3 team fouls already here in the first quarter. Just over 2 minutes. Takes the ball screen now, tries to take in George Condon. Lee Kayar's is better. He'll go back to the free throw line.
Yeah, I like that take from Lee Kayar. Little wing isolation, had Condon on him and took advantage of it.
Already China have 5 free throws during the first quarter. Puerto Rico yet to go to the charity stripe. Double change coming in. It's Christopher Ortiz, the captain of this Puerto Rican national team. Also Aleem Ford. Had a tough game against Serbia before, but a very good shooting night against South Sudan on their opening game.
Well, that's what Aleem Ford does. Catch and shoot guy. Can get hot from the perimeter. Needs guys to create it for him, though. If he gets open looks, though, he can definitely knock them down.
Well, missed both free throws again. Costly there for China. And there's the father of Kyle Anderson, as we are calling him here in the FIBA World Cup, Lee Kayar. Howard with a bit of space. 3 is up in the corner again. Bang, bang time.
Yeah, I'm right on cue. Ford knocking down the corner 3, but that's a great pass from Howard. Saw the weak side, sagged in. Find the corner skip there.
Zhao Jiwei coming off the ball screen. Nice give it go. That's going to be a charge. We like the aggression, of course, but at the same time, you have to be aware. Great defense by John Holland.
Yeah, and he needs to see the kick out there. So that weak side help was pulled all the way into the paint. You can see these bodies on the catch. That next play needs to go to the corner rather than try to finish. 3 Puerto Rican defenders there waiting for him.
Puerto Rico with a chance to extend this to a double-digit lead. Howard pulls up for a tough one. Foul is going to be called. This one is, well, that's a tough one now because with China going small, this is where they are going to struggle against Puerto Rico. And already, Djordjevic bringing back in the big man. Well, there was a shot by Howard. And who with no choice? I mean, you're not going to beat Ismael Romero on a box out. The guy is simply just too powerful and strong.
Well, one of the mistakes he made there, he lost vision of the ball, so he turned to try to find Romero. When he did so, he doesn't know where the ball's going to come off the rim. Sometimes you're better off as a big man just trying to go and get it, not be too concerned in the box out in that case.
Well, remember the opening game in regulation, Romero had 2 free throws to win for Puerto Rico, and he missed them both. And now he seems to have a lot more composure when he's shooting these free throws. Way off on the second one, but Aleem Ford almost doing enough there. They're going to call a foul against China again. So Puerto Rico going back to the free throw line.
Yeah, and that's got to be frustrating for Coach Djordjevic. Lee Kayar unaware of the man behind him. Have to see the replay here, but he needs to be a little bit stronger in their free throw blockouts.
Well, Romero going to the bench to take a breather. And now Aleem Ford a chance to make this a double-digit lead here for Puerto Rico. Again, I'd like to see a replay of that foul they've called against Lee Kayar.
Well, Puerto Rico averaging 18.5 offensive rebounds coming into this game. 5 offensive rebounds already here.
Ford makes the second one. 10-point ball game. Just over a minute to go here in the first quarter. Final group stage of Group B. Trying to find Joe Chi. Big man, good hands, and that's what they need from the beast. Joe Chi's got to be hungry here tonight.
That's a great finish. Very tough catch in traffic there. Able to come down with it, find his balance, and go back up with a nice basket.
Olin trying to find an open. Ortiz going baseline. Again, just tried. Almost got it, but the rebound secured.
A chance for 2 for 1 here.
Jalray got it by Howard. The foul's going to be called. That's a blocking foul, so good for China. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, and also important there, as you see the foul here from Howard when he slipped, but it stops the clock. So that, you know, that foul is big in terms of giving them a chance at a 2 for 1. Had the shot gone up, they would not have gotten the ball back, I believe.
I liked it how Zhao Chi went over to the referee. I don't know what he was trying to say, but Joe Chi just walked over, put his hand like, hey, go away. Well, free throws need to be imperative for China. They've missed the last 3 free throws now. Puerto Rican fans trying to put Jalray off. Makes the second one. 7-point ball game. 5 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Puerto Rico will try to go as deep as possible here to prevent China from getting enough time for a good look. And Jalray takes a gamble, finds a lean forward, made 1-3, can't get this one. Joe Chi with a big rebound. Now China, can they get one last play? Well, we've got to be quick here because time is winding down. It's going to be a charge. Great call there by the official. I don't know, what do you think, Coach?
Well, I'd have to see the replay. It looked like his, might have extended his arm a little bit on that drive. Yeah, you kind of see it there. It's a little bit of a dip of the shoulder. But, you know, Joe Chi needs to hold these ball screens. He's been slipping out of them. That's you know, an effective technique if teams are aggressive with their coverages. But right now, Puerto Rico back in that drop. He needs to hold that screen and then roll hard to the basket.
Well, Holland splits the defense. Last shot, takes it, almost got it. Well, there you can see Tremont Waters throwing Zhao Jiwei to the ground. The referee's not calling anything there, of course, but at the end of the first quarter, is Puerto Rico lead this one by 7 points. A win tonight, and they'll go second place in the group and qualify for the next round along with Serbia.
They got the ball. Hey, they got the ball.
Well, here are some of the top plays you saw there. Puerto Rico, renowned for their perimeter shooting, only 3 for 9 so far, but, you know, it's fair to say they are controlling the tempo of this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've played at the pace they want. To me, the biggest story has been the extra possessions. So 5 offensive rebounds and 6 forced turnovers against China.
Well, China having 2 3-pointers, but, you know, we've seen some good passage of play from Joe Chi. You know, he has to be very aggressive and demand the ball here tonight.
He's going to have a big game for them, you know, to have a chance at this upset. You know, so far Lee Kayar hasn't really found his rhythm, so they need somebody else to step up for them.
Remember the outcomes. China, to get that second spot, would need to win by 35 points. Whereas if they win regardless, it would see South Sudan go in second place. So after South Sudan having a tough game against Serbia, you know they're watching this game for sure.
Oh, no question. They're cheering as loud as any Chinese fan in this arena.
Well, use that QR code to get the best stream schedules and scores for Courtside 1891. Again, the official platform brought to you by FIBA to broadcast and see all the games of the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup. Courtside 1891. Use that QR code now. Well, of course, a man who's been with us every game so far, probably the greatest Chinese basketball player in the history of, probably Chinese basketball, but also one of the greatest big men in international history, too.
Oh, no question. Yao Ming's presence here speaks volumes. Obviously, a tremendous NBA basketball player, but also has done a lot with the CBA, their professional league, and, of course, the Chinese Federation.
Well, you saw Lee Kaiya's father again enjoying the occasion, traveling here to Manila to support his son, probably spending many nights in Minneapolis. Holland almost turning up. Well, Holland, it's going to be, traveling violation. Yeah, they got that one right. I was a bit surprised he did that as well.
Yeah, I like the call. Obviously, once you go to the ground, not able to stand back up with it.
Well, John Holland, the year prior to COVID, was playing with a former Puerto Rican teammate, James Feldeem, when they were playing in the Israeli Winter League and the Basketball Champions League for Hapoel Jerusalem. Xiao Ray finding Lee Kaiya. Didn't realize how wide open he was. Joe Chi's taking a few threes, but is that the right shot, Coach?
Well, he can make it from the perimeter, but right now with this small lineup, Joe Chi at the 5, they need him down around the rim.
Well, quick pick and pop, and at the moment, Ortiz, Captain Fantastic, punishes China. I'm just thinking on that previous play there, it's a nice little dump down to Lee Kaiya, but should he have tried to be more aggressive and attack the basket?
Well, he's yet to really find his comfort level here. Obviously, first time on the big stage of the World Cup, adjusting to the international game.
Jung Jilin now. Falling out of bounds and almost hitting the commentary booth, and the Bulls almost come our way.
And you see a little bit of frustration there. Zhang Jinlin wanting Lee Kaiya to move towards the corner. Guy's just out of sync right now for China.
Holland here on the ball, using the ball screen from Ortiz. Howell picks up a little floater, draws a foul, and he'll go to the free throw line. And there's another legend who in 2004 was a part of that Puerto Rican national team. Carlos Arroyo defeated the United States, a team that had Tim Duncan, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Allen Iverson. And it was at that point, fans who were very unfamiliar with the international game started to think, Puerto Rico, this is a basketball country. I mean, basketball is the #1 sport in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, long history of basketball there. The BSN, their professional league, runs in the summertime, so it's an opportunity for high-level players that are coming back from Europe or wherever it might be, G League as well. Love to go down there and play not only basketball, but get a little time on the beach, too.
Well, one of the players I remember who was crucial for Puerto Rico in the 2019 FIBA World Cup qualifiers was one Ricky Sanchez. Zhang Jilin tries another three, but nobody going in for an offensive rebound. Howard a bit of time and space. Another three-pointer, and this could be a clinic if China's not careful. 14-point deficit.
Yeah, and I'm surprised. They've been going under screens on both Howard and Waters. Both those guys, big-time shooters. You'd think they would try to go over, force it down to Joe Chi, make those smaller guards finish at the rim.
The foul is going to be called against John Holland.
Foul on number 0, John Holland. His first personal. First team foul.
That's only Puerto Rico's first team foul here in the second quarter. It's Hu Ming Xuan coming into the game, along with Joe Peng. So Zhang Jilin and Zhao Jiwei will go to the bench, take a breather.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
Again, not sure the foul's going to be called here. That's called against Puerto Rico. Well, almost felt Joe Chi probably missed the illegal screening set there, but it's going to be a sideline possession to Puerto Rico. To China, excuse me. No, the foul is on Puerto Rico.
14 on the shot clock.
Well, China get it back with 14 fresh. Zhao Ray now. Hangs in the air, goes up, and he'll go back to the free throw line.
And Zhao Rui, really the only Chinese player so far in this half showing some aggression and consistently getting downhill. We need to see some of that offensive life from some of these other players. Lee Kayar especially needs to find his rhythm, figure out where his spots are within this offense.
They did have a total of 9 free throws in the first quarter. That's now free throw number 10. They've shot 70% from the free throw line. I still think they just need to find ways to get Zhou Qi more in the game. When he makes things happen, he can be very impactful for this Chinese team.
Well, they definitely do. You know, so far he's been content with slipping out a lot of these screens. If they're going to run pick and roll offense, he needs to be a solid screener, hold his position, and then see if he can seal down low.
Well, Toro in the game, looking for a give and go with Holland. Howard back to Toro. Toro goes up, and it's just beautiful basketball here from Puerto Rico.
Yeah, great ball movement there. Howard with the perfect pocket pass.
Zhao Rui pulls up for the 3 off the screen. Again, sinks that one. Just gives an interesting stare down to the crowd.
Well, Zhao Rui really bringing his A game right now, trying to get his teammates to come along with him. So far, carrying the offense on his back.
Holland bumps now. The foul's going to be called, so he'll go back to the free throw line. It's tough there because it's the second team foul and second personal for Zhao Rui. So just getting the slip pass there, going straight back to it. You just have to appreciate how patiently and almost methodically how Puerto Rico are breaking down the Chinese defense.
Well, that was one of their best possessions of the half. Ball movement, player movement, ending up with a side pick and roll there, and Howard with the beautiful pocket pass to Toro.
Holland at the free throw line. Makes a second one, going 1 for 2 so far. Coach Conlon very happy so far with the composure of his team. He knows that destiny is in their hand. A nice dump down, finds Lee Kayar, pump fakes, goes up and gets rejected. Well, nice defensive play by Aleem Ford. That's a silly foul by Zhao Rui. It's his 3rd personal.
Yeah, you know, he needs to know better. He's trying to stop the fast break. Maybe even with an unsportsmanlike foul. Wasn't the best take foul, but he's got to know he's the only thing going for them on offense right now. Got to be willing to just let Howard go there, live with what's behind him. He's got Zhou Qi at the rim protecting there anyway. So that's a costly foul.
Howard in the backcourt. He can pop with Ortiz, made 1-3, goes for another one. Oh, it's going to be 3 free throws coming up. And again, you can see the reaction coming from Sasha Djordjevic. It's almost like it's impulsive decisions being made on defense by China.
Yeah, these fouls are really hurting. Coach Djordjevic trying his best to stay calm, but that's hard to watch. Joe Peng, experienced captain of this team, he needs to know better than to foul that perimeter shooter.
You get it, of course. Ortiz, the captain of Puerto Rico, has made 1 3-pointer, so you want to contest the shot, close out. You just cannot afford to make any contact in the midst of this shooting a 3-pointer.
Yeah, no question. And Ortiz isn't at a level where you have to fly out at him.
Well, he is, though.
Yeah, for sure. That guy is.
Well, only going 1 for 3 from the free throw line, but it's a 13-point ball game. Jimmy Schwan now, bit of contact, and he'll go well. Sasha Djordjevic with a signal for an unsportsmanlike, but I don't think that's going to get upgraded.
Well, we've seen 2 hard fouls that were borderline, in my opinion, but I like that last possession. Lee Kayar moving to the primary ball handler. I think for this group, that's where he needs to be. He just seems lost when he's off the ball. They haven't really found whatever sets to get him involved, especially with Zhao Rui now out with the 3 fouls. I would keep it in his hands let him make the decisions for this offense.
Hu-Ming Xuan now making the 9th free throw of the first half here for China. Charity stripe needs to be a key thing for this Chinese team if they're going to stay in this game. They want to keep it at single digits before going into the second half. At the moment, trailing by 11 points. Puerto Rico so far, though, controlled the tempo of this game. 5 for 11 from the perimeter. As expected from a team that really likes to go from downtown. Ford kicks out, finds Thompson Jr. He'll fire it up, doesn't get it. Zhao Jiwei comes up with a rebound. But good hands on defense. Now trying to have numbers. Hu-Ming Xuan again, too big, too strong, and just too good there by Christopher Ortiz. And now Djordjevic equals timeout as his team continue to trail by 13 points.
Yeah, really nice finish here from Ortiz. That's really good verticality from Ming Xuan. And you know, right when you thought China was going to get a little bit of life, really good defensive possession, they get the turnover in the finish once again. So they just have to find a way to control the ball. 7 turnovers already in this half.
Well, Hu-Ming Xuan did everything there to avoid getting called for a foul, but let's listen now to Sasha Djordjevic.
8 points, Sash. 8 points first. Point by point. Wait. Hey. Huh? Too far away. Too far away. You have to ice. You have to ice and stay down. Stay in ice. When he rolls, you go and back. And you have to go in front of the foul line, okay?
Once again, the quarterback from Rio famous facing
51. 5 flash 51.
And this is true.
Hey, G to receive the ball. G8, no. This side. This side, okay? Captain. Quick play. Stop.
Well, here's been some of the key highlights from this team. Well, nice play so far. Howard pulling up from the mid-range. Well, it's, you know, his confidence is very contagious because you see when he started making shots, all of a sudden it started to spiral out with all of his teammates.
You know, Howard's a very confident scorer. Kind of found his rhythm in that last game. When he's on the floor, though, he's definitely going to be looking to stay aggressive for his offense.
Hu-Ming Xuan trying to orchestrate things in the backcourt for China. Well, here's a post-up now. Can they get the ball to Zhou Qi? Now, this is what they want him to do. Zhao Jiwei goes for another three-point again. A nice little dump down, the kick out. Three-pointer coming from Zhao Jiwei.
Yeah, design play there out of the timeout, the post feed, and then the split screen up top to get Jiwei the open look.
Puerto Rico going back door. Thompson goes up, doesn't finish it, but the follow-up by Toro still no good. Hu-Ming Xuan comes up with it. Well, China can't have numbers, but Humo made his last 3, goes for another one. Are you kidding me? Back-to-back triples coming from Zhao Jiwei, and look what it means to him. And all of a sudden, you can feel a bit more confidence in China and the home crowd. When I say the home crowd, the majority of Chinese fans here at the Araneta Coliseum in Manila, they are loving this.
Yeah, 2 big threes here from Jiwei. He's really come on with a lot of energy, not only on the offensive end, but defensively, getting his hands on a couple of balls there, forcing turnovers.
Well, let's go listen now to Coach Colon.
All right, when we come in, la tiene tramo, here, or here, whatever. Estamos ahí. Toma el track. Toma el track. Chris y Mael. Pasa el double track. Listen. Chris, you go here. Shooter in the corner. Ali me step. You go. Nothing happens. Pass to Ismael. Hands off, free screen. Hands off, free screen. Raise the floor, guys. Ismael, short road. Short road. Guys, vamos, let's go, vamos, let's go.
Let's go back to the game.
Well, again, a team that we mentioned live and die by the perimeter, but that's what they're using right now to try and stay in this game. 7 points. If they can keep it to single digits going into the second half, it will do their confidence good. But, Coach, I got to tell you, do they need more from Joe Chi?
Well, I mean, they definitely do. I think also, you know, Lee Kayar, 0 points so far in 11 minutes. They have to figure out a way to get him involved, whatever that means, whether that's as the primary ball handler or off the ball.
Jamal Waters back here in the backcourt. Howard out of the game right now. John G. Wade, 9 points so far in this game. Tries the cross court. Ortiz, another three, and again, he just punishes Joe Pang.
Yeah, Joe Pang actually caught sleeping there a little bit. Waters buzzed one by his ear. Should have been more active there. Maybe had a chance at deflecting that pass.
Well, he's made back-to-back threes and probably a little bit overambitious on that one. Okay, nobody going for that loose ball. Waters going down the middle. Going into a bit of traffic. Got it by Joe Pang. Joe Pang doesn't need to follow him out that far. Waters' hesitation now. Goes out of bounds, but that will remain Puerto Rico ball with 2.7 left here on the shot clock.
And that's where Waters needs to be better. We've seen this at times from him. You know, the ball sticking in his hands that whole possession. Sometimes can get a little dribble happy there.
Baseline possession. Ford gets rejected. Good defense. Can China cut it down to single digits? Finds Lee Kayar now. Bit of time and space. And look out below as he throws it down. Well, Lee Kayar put the defense asleep and just went down the side.
Yeah, maybe that wakes him up a little bit. Get an easy basket like that.
But again, a silly foul to give away there by Joe Pang because he's just sending Ortiz to the free throw line. And Lee Kayar, well, no help side defense. Easy little dunk there by the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, Lee Kayar caught Ortiz in the passing lane. Nice job of ripping away from him right away. And let's see if this can get him going. You know, it seems like every time there's a big play, China hasn't been able to sustain it. We see Wang Jinlin checking in for the first time here.
Well, Joe Chi checks out of the game. Wang Jinlin back in, well, checking in for the first time, excuse me. Well, Ortiz, when he was fouled at the three-point line by Joe Pang, he went 1 for 3. China need to keep this to single digits. But Ortiz puts him back up by 10. Kayar now heavily defended. That's another turnover. Good defense by Isaiah Pinheiro.
Yeah, just nothing going his way. You can see the frustration. They just haven't been able to find a set that he feels comfortable out of. You know, he's playing off the ball a lot. They've tried some mid-range posts. They've tried some wing isolation. Nothing really working so far.
Well, Romero goes up. Can't capitalize. China now looking to extend this in transition. Down to Wang Jinlin. Big man's got to go to work here. Nothing working for him. They got numbers. Look out below. A bit of an overzealous attempt there from Thompson Jr. trying to find Ismael Romero. That's a good block there by Isaiah Pinheiro. Getting enough to that. The former Dara Shafika player.
Yeah, great help there. Pinheiro, really an elite defender, not only as a primary defender, but as you saw there, helping off the ball as well.
Lee Kayar now goes in, drew a step. Good job there by Tremont Waters. Cross court. Hu-Ming Schlan and Romero. That's got to be an unsportsmanlike, surely. Wang Jinlin, a bit reckless there on that foul.
Yeah, no question, as we'll see here. Turnovers leading to fast break opportunities. Wang Xinlin needs to be better there. I mean, that's risk of injury. But the turnovers really starting to mount here. Up to 10 turnovers now in this first half. This is what Puerto Rico thrives off of. China's still just unable to find any sort of rhythm offensively.
Well, Ismael Romero, a veteran player. You wouldn't think of that by the way he plays, so he still elevates, he still runs the floor. Makes a second one. 11-point lead to Puerto Rico, but they will get the ball back. This is interesting now. Djordjevic going with a very, very small lineup, if you think about it. Pick and pop here with Jamal Waters. Waters kicks out. Thompson Jr. wide open for three. Three is up, and again, a three is good.
Yeah, really nice kick out there from Waters, just making the simple play. Defense collapsing on that penetration, able to find Thompson there for the open three.
Finds the big man. Good help side defense. Got to go up with it. Again, that's much better there by Wang Xinlin.
Yeah, better patience. Maybe got away with a little travel there, but you like to see him staying aggressive, trying to score off these rolls.
Waters going in all the way with a little teardrop off the glass. Well, everybody anticipated the pass, but in the end, just went in with a sweet little floater.
Yeah, nice finish there from Waters.
China looking to peg back. Can they get something here with a pick and roll? Wang Xinlin. Zhang Ziwei's made a few threes already. Too short on that one. And you can see, look, Sasha Djordjevic screaming at his players to get back on defense. Coach, this shot there, 3 Chinese players, nobody making an effort to get back on defense.
Yeah, and transition defense so crucial for them coming into this game. They need better discipline.
Well, that's got to be possibly the most disappointing passage of the game so far, and then you get bailed out on a three-pointer. I mean, that must drive any coach crazy to see a missed shot. And by then, the offense, you know, weren't even ahead of you, but they've already got ahead because they wanted more.
Well, you know, oftentimes if you take a bad shot on offense, it's going to lead to transition opportunities for your opponent. Really lucky that it didn't happen again there. Yongxi, the young 20-year-old, pulling up from 3, not really a great shot, bailed out there. Had he not gotten fouled, I think we were looking at another transition opportunity.
Makes the first free throw, can try to cut this down to a 14-point deficit. China 11 for 14 from the charity stripe so far. Puerto Rico, interesting, have missed 7 free throws. Well, young prospect, Yang Shi-Tsui, for the future of Chinese basketball, but you know, it has to be a long-term plan here for Sasha Djordjevic and his coaching staff, because down low much better. Got to go up with this one. Now that's a 4-point play. Bit of positivity there from China.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to try to get this under 10 going into the half.
Thompson Jr. going baseline. Ball pulls up in the mid-range. Doesn't get the drop. China fight over the rebound, but they come up with it. Minutes to go here in the first half. As we've said, can they get this to single digits? Trying to go another ball screen. Ming Xuan looking to attack here. Doesn't get it. Puerto Rico too strong on the backboard. All the way, Hanks, that's going to be in the ball. That could be another unsportsmanlike. What do you think, Coach?
Yeah, I think that definitely was.
Look at it. Look, watch here. The swipe across the face. Boy, I mean, he's essentially hit him with the forearm.
Yeah, there's no question. I'm surprised the officials aren't going to take a look at this. You know, Fu Hao really not making a play on the ball.
Yeah, they're going to review. Yep, they are going to look.
Yeah, I think they're going to definitely upgrade this to an unsportsmanlike foul.
Plays under review, foul review. go back. Give me handheld left and handheld right. And just play normal. Go back again. Play again. Yeah, let's go crane left, normal speed. Yes. Go back at normal speed. Back, back, back. Go back. Now, yeah, normal speed.
Use the left arm, try to play the ball.
Yes, it's a normal basketball play. Yeah. So we say with a normal foul. Yes. So after review, the foul on the floor remains normal foul.
Well, that's very interesting, Coach.
Yeah, I'm surprised. We've seen a couple of calls today that really shocked me that they weren't ruled as unsportsmanlike fouls. I think normally you would see that.
The only thing I've just noticed, and this is just, from now coming up to 8 years of covering Basketball Champions League and, FIBA Europe Cup and, even the qualifiers, that I think the biggest reason for having the unsportsmanlike foul is to protect the health and safety of players. That case there, it's a forearm right to the face. I mean, he's nowhere near to getting the ball.
Yeah, no, I agree, and it's also the integrity of the game. So, part of it, if they're not making a legitimate attempt at the ball, in this case, I think we have, both issues at play. So obviously getting hit in the head is a dangerous act, but I'm not sure that there was really a legitimate attempt at trying to get a block or a steal there.
Well, still a 15-point lead to Puerto Rico. And that's a 2-for-1 for them if they get a stop here. 14 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Mikaya used the ball screen from Juan Zerlin, and an offensive foul is going to be called against the big man. And Sasha Djordjevic, quite disappointed with that decision, but I think this is the right call. Let's have a look at the replay.
Oh, I don't like that call.
Oh, you're against that one?
Yeah, Pinheiro, I think, is grabbing him on the roll. He's got to allow him to roll to the basket without hooking him.
Now it's 2 seconds difference here. Waters now wants to find an opening. Kicks out. Pinheiro's made 1 3. Goes for another one. Can't get it. It goes out of bounds. It'll be China ball with 1.4 left on the shot clock.
See, great effort here. Puerto Rico just all over the offensive rebounds, creating second chance points for them.
Hu Ming Xuan puts it up. Well, I think that was a wise choice there from Romero not to interfere, because that would have been disappointing. But ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first half, the lead is in favor of the Puerto Ricans. They are in control of this one, 52-37. A win tonight, and they'll finish second place just behind Serbia here in Group B. Well, Coach, they've got to find some identity in a halftime talk, because they got to come back. They have to win by 35 to clinch second spot. But South Sudan, no doubt, they'll be wanting China to win this game regardless.
Yeah, I mean, if you're China, you're not trying to think about how to win by 35 points. Right now, you just got to figure out how to find any kind of rhythm offensively.
Well, China's one aspect is 12 for 16 from the free throw line, 5 and 5 from the perimeter and inside the rainbow. But Puerto Rico control the tempo. 8 3-point field goals so far for the Puerto Ricans. Their scoring has been led by, well, an unlikely source that we haven't seen in previous game. Captain Christopher Ortiz, El Capitan, has 13 points at the moment.
Yeah, he's really had a nice half there. Got going a little bit with that, foul on the three-point attempt. And that's got to be scary if you're China. The two-headed monster of Waters and Howard really haven't gotten going that much, and yet here they are with that big lead.
Well, Zhao Ziwei leading the scoring for the Chinese. But the key players, only 2 points and a rebound and assist for Lee Kaya. Tremont Waters with 7. He has been doing the usual stuff, but more of a facilitator role so far in this game. Well, momentarily, we're going to look at the best plays from the second quarter. This 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup matchup between China and Puerto Rico, the last game of the group stage. Well, Howard going pick a pop, and as we mentioned, 13 points coming from Ortiz. Well, he hasn't missed a three-pointer so far here this evening, but when he went to the free throw line, he only went 1 for 3.
Well, you know, nice job there creating the open look for him. And we've seen this throughout the first half. China choosing to go under on these ball screens. Curious decision there with both Howard and Waters being really good shooters off the dribble.
Well, that was the good give-and-go play with Toro. Again, the helm side defense of China just needs to be a little bit tighter, more compact. At times, Puerto Rico have had too much say inside the paint. We know they're a great perimeter shooting team, but I mean, this is a guy that couldn't afford to pick up his third foul. Here was a three-pointer that he made at the beginning of the second.
Yeah, and that was really a difference in that half. Jowry was in a nice rhythm there. Picked up that third foul by, taking one in transition. Really needs to be smarter there.
Well, here was a good defense by Ortiz. A nice little finish under pressure, getting the and one. A lean forward coming up with a loose ball. Puerto Rico, one thing we're seeing in their game for sure is anytime they're working on their defense, causing turnovers, they're getting out quick. But Lee Kaya with a one-handed jam.
Yeah, and really the only positive thing for him in that half, they've got to figure out how to get him involved. I think probably trying to move him as the primary ball handler might be that solution.
Thompson Jr. making a three-pointer. So far, Coach Nelson Colon seeing 20 minutes away from getting that second spot here in the group stage of Group B. Well, we will be back in 12 minutes for the second half of this matchup between Puerto Rico and China.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are all on the same team.
We have the power to change lives through basketball.
Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
Gets rejected. Well, my goodness gracious. Renza Bondo just making a statement block there.
Fournier, nowhere to go. Nice defense, skip, and it's a turnover. El Darwish, that's got to be his third steal. And nice run by his teammates is Enon.
We'll keep adding on to the turnovers, and Wagner just having his way, muscling through. This is turning into a pickup game.
Turns it over, and here comes De Souza with a windmill. Wow, that is just a monumental moment.
Tominaga, one speed, beating Ingles, and the block on the board. Your boy Cooks. Cooks gets it back, no one stepping up.
Zaja Cooks, he's in a rich vein of form. Carrying on from that really good last quarter.
Gets it back and Wagner's gone. A miscue and Finland's going the other way. Markkanen with the two-hand jam.
That's where Giffey needs to be careful. The good hustle to try and to stop the errant pass in the over and back.
Go baseline. Cross-court pass finds Quinones. Quinones all the way. Good ball reversal. Good defensive rotation by the Angolans, but in the end, Andreas Feliz just dissects the defense down.
Oh my goodness, it's easy.
It's 16 feet and in, he's so tough. He can stop like in an instant. He can get past you. He can create different angles. He may not be the best three-point shooter in the world.
Oh, what a shot from Paco Cruz.
He was literally out of bounds and just has such a golden feel for the ball.
Wow, what good basketball there by Latvia. Nice patience. Zagals attacks the defense, draws two, and finds his big man.
Way in the flush. That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
Welcome back, Basel fans. Second half about to get underway here between China and Puerto Rico in the final group game here of this Group B fixture, the 2023 FIBA Basel World Cup. So far, it's been one-sided action here from Puerto Rico. China, a lot to think about in the halftime talk with Coach Sasha Djordjevic. Well, hello, everybody. I'm your commentator, Josh Bennett, alongside head coach Will Voigt. Coach, you know, China, we've seen it game and game again. There's a lot to break down, but, you know, you've mentioned it. Well, let's talk about Puerto Rico. Christopher Ortiz, the unlikely scoring hero right now for Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a great first half there, knocking in a couple of pick-and-pop threes, getting fouled on another one. And if you're China, you got to be scared. You know, the primary scorers for Puerto Rico haven't really gotten going yet. Waters having a solid first half, but not, you know, not the big numbers we have seen from some of these first games.
Well, as we mentioned, China, a lot to think about. You know, I walked by their changing room. Sasha Djordjevic wasn't in there for too long. You know, maybe, have you ever had a case like that where you've kind of wanted your players to figure it out by themselves?
Well, you know, I think he's keeping a perspective on all this. You know, this would be a big upset for them. All they need to do is finish as the top Asian team. And right now, you know, Japan, the only Asian team with a win. So trying to see the big picture, trying to stay positive with this group as best he can.
Well, China, at the moment, 12 free throws out of 16. That's been the one underlying factor. It's been a positive note for them. But, you know, Lee Kai-R, you've mentioned, what is his predominant role here for this team?
I mean, that's been the issue. So, you know, in this first half, they tried bringing him off the bench. That didn't really change anything. They have yet to find something that works with him on the floor. There just seems to be no chemistry whatsoever offensively when he's in the game. They need to figure out, do they want him as their primary ball handler? If he's going to be off the ball, how do they best use his skill sets?
Hands off, wrist green. They are winning the wrist green action. Good. Okay, now our first play. George Imael. Steph. Piñeiro. Ortega con George. George se va y tú vienes por el medio. Vamos a hacer un Spain action. Okay, not in the middle. Go here.
Energy. Run back. Energy. Run back. Rebound. Let's go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there is a QR code for the official FIBA Basel World Cup app. Download on your smartphone, tablet, or Android to get all the best news, stats, and highlights that matter to you the most. There's a QR code. Use that QR code now to download the official FIBA Basel World Cup app. Well, China starting with Lee Kai-R and Zhou Qi, but, you know, Zhou Qi for me is one of those, you know, mysteries of international basketball. Let's take a look at the energy tracker here for Puerto Rico and their starting five. Piñeiro, Condit, Thompson Jr., and of course, you know, interesting, the eldest player, Ismael Romero, the highest there on the energy track. I mean, he is a workhorse.
Yeah, no question. He's been so solid for them so far at this World Cup, coming up with big offensive rebounds and loose balls.
Remember, Puerto Rico win this one, they'll finish in second place behind Serbia. If China win by 35, they would take second place. Whereas if they win by any less than that, it would be South Sudan. No doubt South Sudan's coaches and players watching this game on. Zhao Jiwei currently in the starting lineup here for China. I'm not quite sure what Lee Kai-R is doing there, but there is his father watching on. Probably used to seeing his son traveling to games to Minneapolis to watch the Minnesota Timberwolves. And at the moment, it's for national team duty here at the FIBA Basel World Cup. Zhao Jiwei in and around the defense. Can't get the finish, but nobody really battling for an offensive board. Romero getting a handoff of Waters. Waters kicking out to Condit. Good ball reversal from Puerto Rico. Piñeiro goes in with a floater, but a little bit too soft. Well, finding a tough pass there to Zhou Qi. This is the post-up they want now. Can Zhou Qi go to work? Zhou Qi the turnaround hook, and again, Coach, I said the same question yesterday. Why not give the ball to the big man in the post?
Well, you know, they've had some success. They ran that one play out of the timeout where they brought it into the post, set a split screen, got the 3. But I think playing out of the post, especially if Lee Kayar is going to be off the ball, is a good idea for them.
Waters pulls up for a Hail Mary three-pointer. That's the damage he can do for Puerto Rico.
Yeah, and China continuing to go underneath these screens. I'm sure Waters realized that, looking to pull often now.
Well, you mentioned that the defense of China not chasing around the screens or switching. Ming Xuan now bumping, draws a foul against Thompson Jr. 16-point lead still to Puerto Rico. It's going to be a baseline possession to China. Kaya now trying to take out Pinheiro. Ming Xuan puts up a tough three-pointer, can't get it. Waters got it by Zhao Jiwei. Oh, here's a player that can be very creative. Pinheiro taking on Lee Kaya, can't get it, no foul called. China wanted to push the tempo. You can see the coaches saw Fu Hao down the lane. Again, lost total control of that. Back to Condit, and Condit, the big man, finishing in transition.
Yeah, you can see Coach Djordjevic's frustration on one end, able to convert the fast break on the other. China losing control of the ball there and not being able to finish the layup.
Well, the crazy part about that play is the fouls, that's much better from China. But before Fu Hao missed that wide open look, you know, he was the last player to get forward, and it was the assistant coach from China saying, get forward, get ahead, we need points.
Yeah, and you see Zhou Qi here. This is what I'd like to see more of him, holding those screens, rolling, being a big presence down the lane.
Zhou Qi now trying to go for the alley-oop off the dunk. It's going to be 2 free throws, and again, the big man looking more aggressive, trying to assert himself inside the paint.
Yeah, nice little underneath out of bounds play. Just a simple cross screen, but with the height advantage, they can just throw it up to him.
I'd say he's got to finish that one. It's right above the rim, right in his territory. But now he's got to make his free throws. The former Houston Rocket. Well, he was very big for China in the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Their opening 2 games were back-to-back fixtures against Japan, in which hands down he clearly dominated. Also was big for China in the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. Well, it's going to be a retake, a lane violation against George Condit.
Yeah, Condit obviously in early there.
Takes the second one, 16 points of difference. Well, China come over to steal now. He's made a few threes this evening. Ken doesn't get this one. Battling for offensive boards. Conde goes out of bounds. Ken looks at the referee to say that this is better. Chinese fans rallying behind their team.
Yeah, a little bit of life here from China. First time we've seen them pick up full court after the free throw there. And, you know, Fu Hao giving them some good energy with Joe Ping on the bench.
Kaya getting in and around the defense, draws a contact, gets the ab one, and he's going to go to the free throw line here for the three-point play. That's the Lee Kaya that China needs.
Yeah, no question. Finally seeing him aggressively attacking from the perimeter. They've been going to a lot of these wing isolations, and he's going to have to stay aggressive from those positions. They need him to be a scorer and playmaker within this offense.
Well, chance here to cut this down to a 13-point deficit. Free throws need to be imperative for China. They've only missed 4 this evening. They're 14 for 18.
Let's see if they press again after this free throw.
Makes the three-point play. Well, Conde going to the bench. We'll see how this smaller Puerto Rican team looks. Ortiz is going to play power forward along with Pinheiro in the backcourt. What is going in and around? This guy just makes it look too easy.
Yeah, great inside-out dribble there from Waters and tough finish.
Zhao Jiwei trying to kick out to Hu-Ming Xuan. That goes out of bounds, but that will remain. China ball on the baseline. I mean, coach, that's tough. You got Lee Kaier on you. That's a little magic dream hook there.
Yeah, maybe got away with a little bit of a push-off. Sometimes as the smaller player, they allow you to be a little more physical, but still excellent finish and move there from Waters.
I think Sasha Djordjevic just getting a warning. Catch and shoot off the screen. The three is up. No good. Zhou Qi battling for rebounds. Zhao Jiwei throws a lob, and again, the throwdown. The connection from Zhao Jiwei finding Zhou Qi.
Yeah, great pass there from Jiwei. Little look away lob to Zhou Qi.
Waters finding Ortiz, and that's going to be a blocky foul. I think he was in the restricted zone. But again, China just need those moments of inspiration. And again, Zhao Jiwei throws it up, and that's where you hear the fans say, Jiao Zhongguo, come on, China. They need Zhou Qi to defend. They need him to be big. Throw it down, big man. That's what they want there.
Yeah, and that's where they need him, down in that dunker area, whether it's from setting a solid ball screen first and rolling. But with this small lineup, he's got to be a presence inside the paint for them.
13-point deficit. Waters catch and shoot for the perimeter. Again, the rejection there by Zhou Qi. Thompson Jr. three in the corner, but it comes to little avail. China just can't come up with a loose ball. Zhao Jiwei coming off a horn screen. Finds Lee Kaier. Goes into the teardrop. That's a better response.
Yeah, and interestingly, they're playing him as a 4. He's been setting screens, trying to get into those short roll areas. Maybe that's how they'll find the rhythm for him here on offense.
Well, Romero going straight to the bucket. And the rim protection there from Zhou Qi, just not intimidating enough. Zhao Jiwei hesitated, going in with a reverse slam, but just using a little bit more creativity. That's what you want to see from that backcourt.
No question. Jiwei playing with a lot of confidence here. And as you see him drawing the offensive foul.
Well, that's a tough one because I found Zhao Jiwei. What's your assessment on that one, Coach? Well, here's a replay of the reverse layup. Because from this angle, it did look like Zhao Jiwei was going into the back of Tremont Waters.
Well, oftentimes it's just the aggression on the ball. If you give effort to try to go through the screen, sometimes you can be rewarded. So change from where they've been going underneath these screens, that time trying to fight over.
Hu-Ming Xuan, big three, can't get it. Goes out of bounds, but that will remain. China ball on the baseline. And Sasha Djordjevic applauding the better play from his players at the moment.
Yeah, maybe they've found something here. I like with Lee Kaier at the 4, able to get him into those short rolls. And now he has a little bit of an advantage athletically putting it on the deck.
Well, China shooting just under 33% for the perimeter. Zhou Qi thinks about it, takes it. Again, it's on target, but just refusing to go inside the bucket. Waters got it by Lee Kaier, and the foul is called very late there.
Well, you see Lee Kaier after that foul handing his goggles over to the training staff. So I don't know, you saw the elbow kind of come back. I don't know if it split the goggles, but playing here without them right now.
Over 5 minutes here in the third quarter. Puerto Rico still leading by 14. Waters time, got it by Hu-Ming Xuan. Step back, big three, takes it. Can't get it. Connor pulls out of bounds. Now we go back to China. Still a bit of glimmer in life here for China to feed on. 5 minutes to try and chip it down as much as possible.
Yeah, Connor just can't quite get that one, but seems to be all over the offensive rebounds. Every shot, you got to know where he's at. Make sure you've got a body on him.
Zhou Qi in the post. He's been good whenever he has his action. Kicks out, Fu Hao. Big three, and that's a huge triple. The assist coming from Zhou Qi.
Yeah, and I love that. You know, we've seen this inside-outside action from them a couple of times now. I think Zhou Qi can really be that anchor for them offensively.
Ortiz has made 2 so far. Hasn't missed a 3 yet. Time to get this one. Lee Kyle with a rebound. Looking to go maybe all the way. Bumps in the lane, and again, count it one more time. Lee Kyle has cut this down to single digits. And Nelson Colon right now wondering what's happening to his defense.
Yeah, and I think maybe they've found that special spot for Lee Kayar, playing him at the 4, giving him advantages off the dribble, as well as finding his short roll. We've seen really more offense out of him during this second half than we've seen in quite a while.
And that's what it means to that man. You know, the greatest player in Chinese basketball history. When you think about some of the greats, Yi Chen Lian, Wang Zhizhi, who never played for the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA. They've got to make the free throws. 15 for 19 from the charity stripe this evening for China. Doesn't get it. Wow, just completely pushes Ortiz out of bounds. Over 4 minutes. They're trailing by 18 at one point. Now they've cut this in half. It's a 9-point deficit. Calling down to Ortiz. Condit going down the lane. Condit gets fouled, and that's a good response.
Yeah, great cut there from Condit. Waited for the defender to come help on the post. As soon as he saw that, dove to the basket. Really nice pass there as well.
Well, you knew the cut was coming, but nobody came out to stop him. The entire Chinese defense got caught ball watching. Condit makes a 3-point play. Back to a 12-point ball game. Wei hesitated now. Turns it over. Ortiz comes up, but he's got John Holland with him. Ortiz goes all the way, can't finish it. China can get something ahead here. Three and a half to go. Wang Zhile, good movement under the post, and again, he's going to throw that one down. When they get things inside the paint, China play with a lot more confidence.
Yeah, great pass there from Zhao Ri. Little high-low action. Wang Zhilin doing a nice job of sealing his defender down there.
Back to a 10-point deficit. South Sudan, no doubt, watching this game from the hotel. Foul is going to be cool. That's the last team foul that China can give away.
Foul on the board, China today.
It's going to be a baseline possession to Puerto Rico. Any more fouls and they'll be going to the free throw line. They've already put China in the penalty. 3:06 left. Waters now, step back, another Hail Mary three-pointer. Again, this guy never lacks any confidence.
Yeah, big three there from Waters. Right when China had a little bit of momentum.
Oh, Zhao Ji putting on a bit of magic in the backcourt. It's a better response.
No question. He's played with so much confidence in this game, not afraid to take on these Puerto Rican defenders off the dribble.
Waters now, mid-range. He's been cooking so far, and again, he just continues to pile on the pressure. At the moment, no player can stop him. 13-point deficit. Waters finding that rhythm here later in the third. John Ray going in. Wang Zhilin with a follow-up. Again, he missed that one. He's got to make that. Holland now. I think that's a long two-pointer. No, they're going to count as a three-pointer. And now it's back to a 16-point deficit. And just how quickly Puerto Rico can control the tempo of this game.
Yeah, big answer there from Puerto Rico. Holland with the tough pull-up three there. Interestingly, China went to 1 through 5 switching there when Wang Jilin came into the game. Tough for him to guard anybody out on the perimeter.
One stays with the short man. You cannot do it. So don't take him. Don't take him. Or you take him, force yourself not to switch. Don't switch with him. I know, it's too early. Too early. He cannot. Listen, Kyle. Okay. So don't switch right away. Okay. Shen, let's go. Chile. Let's go. Okay. I'm alive. Come there. Good. Okay. Point by point. Defense by defense. Good. Wait to pick it up. Sometimes you create for some kids. Hey. First play. Force out three.
Well, it started with Tremont Waters. His perimeter shooting, as is Howard's in the first half. It just becomes contagious with this Puerto Rico team. This man doesn't care how big or how strong the help side defense is. He will just take on anybody.
Yeah, and you see once again China choosing to go underneath these ball screens. Curious decision, and right there also getting caught with the switch. Wang Jilin having a difficult time defending on the perimeter there against the small, quick Waters.
Well, Puerto Rico fans enjoying the occasion. He averages 14 points, but tonight he's already outreached that with 17. Leading the FIBA World Cup in assists, but as you mentioned, also leading in turnovers.
Yeah, and doing a nice job tonight, though, of taking care of the ball. Just 1 turnover so far in the game.
Joe Payne now. Can he get something from the perimeter? That's a good response from China. Can they get it back to 10 points before the fourth quarter? Well, it would be monumental for this Chinese team. That's going to be back to Puerto Rico. I think Tremont Waters, he was just taking a shot there when he tried to come off the screen. It looks like he's going to be okay, but not always the best shot you want to take.
No, that's for sure. Yeah, that's a big guy running into there. Wang Jilin cut out a little bit in between a hedge and a switch. Not sure what they were trying to do there defensively, but hopefully Waters is okay.
Well, Tremont Waters, formerly of the Boston Celtics. Getting a handoff. 3 here on the shot clock. Waters heavily defended. Has to put up a Hail Mary, and that goes out of bounds. And I think that might be the first 24-second violation of the game here for Puerto Rico.
Yeah, nice defense there from Ming Xuan. Staying solid there, knowing that they were late in the clock, not allowing Waters to get the shot off.
Well, Howard comes back in the game for Waters. And the Chinese fans loving the occasion here at the Araneta Coliseum. It's been the host venue for the Group A and Group B of the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup, the 19th edition of World Basketball's highest stage. Ming Xuan now finds a bit of separation for the mid-range. 6 out 1. Now it's back to 11 points. Howard finding Holland. Matisse fancying this post up here against Joe Peng. Goes baseline. Gets joined, double team, but another loose ball. Holland made his last 3. And again, it is simply automatic for Puerto Rico. They just cannot miss from the perimeter, coach. 12 three-point field goal for the Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, huge 3 there from Holland. Tough break for China. Really nice defensive possession there. Just couldn't quite finish it out.
Well, nice play by Zhao Ray, splitting the defense, and it's those plays of creativity, innovation you want to see individually from these players.
He's had a great game, really confident with the dribble, finding seams throughout this Puerto Rico defense.
12 points is a separation. 5 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Puerto Rico looking for a pick and roll action here. Finds Toro. Finding trouble. That's another 24-second violation. So China have 5.2 seconds left. They're going to bring back in Zhao Jiwei. So Sasha Djordjevic bringing up. There you can see screaming at Cho Peng. Get into position. Wang Zhelin. Baby Yao will go to the bench to take a breather.
Yeah, and watch for a flash and a give and go. If not that, he's going to look to toss it right back.
Zhao Jiwei pushes off three. Got it! Well, again, you hear the home crowd. That is just a big-time shot by Zhao Jiwei. Just when China needed something, may have got away with a push-off, but you can hear the fans say yet again, "Xie Xian Yi, thank you very much." But one more time, they're saying, "Come on, China, Jiao Zhongguo." Well, he's hit some big threes tonight, but that is a huge three-pointer for China as that cuts it back down to single digits.
Yeah, nice play there at the end of the quarter. Zhou Peng there as the flash man. You knew that Jiwei was going to look to try to come and get that give and go action. Executed it perfectly.
Alma, we got in the game. When we move the ball, we don't push the shot.
You're getting handle. Wang, you are doing this, and we are playing our time now. Good.
Well, here are some of the key highlights. Zhou Qi, they were playing really well when he was on the floor. When he came off and, Wang Zhelin came back in, it was a bit of a rocky stage, but credit to China, they've got it back to single digits.
Well, I think they found a little something there with Li Qiar playing at the 4. Seemed much more comfortable in that role.
Well, here was Pinheiro finally Condit. Always, as a coach's dream, you love to see a big man run the floor.
Well, Condit has been great in this World Cup so far. Lots of hustle plays from him, all over the offensive rebounds as well.
That was the alley-oop, finding Zhou Qi with a throwdown. That's what they've been waiting for from the big man. Well, Holland hit 2 3-pointers in the third quarter. And that was the 13th three-point field goal, from Puerto Rico, another 12. It's just a huge three-pointer by Zhao Jiwei, and all that does is just give China a bit of belief. Remember, they would have to win by 35 to get the second place spot. But if they win, South Sudan would take the second spot right behind Serbia.
Yeah, just as important, if they win, it moves them into a tie for that #1 spot for the Asian teams. And that top team will qualify to the Olympics. So, for them, I don't think it's as important that they finish in the top 2 of the group. They know that that would be a large task, but certainly within striking distance of winning this game.
Trying to make it very difficult here for Puerto Rico. The next few minutes will dictate how this fourth quarter will go. Finally, Hu-Ming Xuan's going to get called for the foul. Tremont Waters just reminds him that's not defense. On inbounds now, finds Howard. Got it by Zhao Ray. Howard pulls up for a quick one. But again, another offensive board there for Puerto Rico. Well, China, twice it could have come up with a loose ball.
Yeah, and that should not have been a reset. That ball did not hit the rim. Tough break there for China.
Nice little penetration, finding Ismael Romero. Zhao Ray attacking the basket. Interesting, they haven't gone with Zhou Qi again here in the fourth quarter start. Holland's made 2 threes in the third. Can he make it 3? Not get this one. Trying to get that handoff with Li Qiar. That's a better play now. Wang Zhelin, but he misses a wide open layup, and maybe. Wow, coach, that's tough.
Yeah, we'll have to see what that foul did, but you would hope he would finish that beautiful pass there from Li Qiar.
Well, definitely a foul. There's no argument, but I mean, you've got to make that live. You've got to make a 3-point play and potentially cut it down to an 8-point ball game.
Yeah, no question. But again, Lee Kayar playing at the 4 seems so much more comfortable. Great play there out of the ball screen to find the pocket pass.
Free throw struggles to Wang Jilin. Well, the great Sasha Djordjevic, a legend back in Serbia. Played many times for the former Yugoslavia. Many have said one of the greatest shooters in the history of Serbian basketball. But misses both free throws. Waters in the backcourt with John Holland and Howard. Well, Lukai almost coming up with a steal. Passes Holland in a double team, cross court. Howard penetration. Time winding down, doesn't get it. Wang Jilin secures the rebound. Captain Joe Pang trying to get the ball over. And Sasha Djordjevic saying, what's our set? Let's get ready. Wang Jilin attacking the basket. The tip in, still no good. You got to think at some point, you got to get Joe Chi back in the game.
Yeah, Wang Jilin struggling a little bit here to finish.
Romero gets fouled, and he gets the and one, and he'll go back to the free throw line. But, you know, as a coach, would you have gone with Wang Jilin starting this quarter? Would you have brought Joe Chi back in?
Well, you know, that's a tough decision. Obviously, Coach Djordjevic knows his players best. You see the foul there from Wang Jilin, and you see the sub now for Joe Chi. You know, he knows Joe Chi can't probably go the entire quarter, so just trying to steal a few minutes there at the beginning of the quarter if he could.
Absolutely, yep. Ortiz, captain El Capitan of Puerto Rico, goes to the bench to take a breather. Potential three-point play for Puerto Rico. Romero makes the three-point play. Again, his free throw shooting has been great since that, you know, tumultuous last 2 shots he had from the charity stripe in that first game against South Sudan. Zhang Jiwei finds Joe Pang. Joe Pang goes in. That's much better from China.
Yeah, beautiful pocket pass there from Jiwei. Seen a couple of times them able to find their bigs on these rolls.
Another offensive rebound. Howard on the baseline, calling pump fakes. That's gonna be a traveling violation. That possession will go back to China. The trailer by 12, 7:47 to go. These final 7 minutes, so important for both of these two teams.
Now you saw Coach Djordjevic there calling for 3 down. I would assume this means something for the 3-man, which is Lee Kayar at the moment, so maybe a pin down or a handoff action for him.
John Ray using the ball screen. Trying to get a handoff here with Joe Chi. John Ray looking to attack here. Bit of time and space, and John Ray again. Tough move inside the paint. Has a bit of a mismatch in terms of size against Howard.
Yeah, and Puerto Rico going with the small backcourt for the first time in this game with Waters and Howard together. Let's see if China can take advantage of that.
Howard coming off the screen, finds Waters. Waters step back. This is a tough 3, and again, Jamal Waters, as the name implies, lights out. Ice water coming from Jamal Waters.
Yeah, it seems that every time China starts to climb back in this game, Waters comes up with a big play.
Joe Pang looks like he's rolled his ankle, and that could be a worrying sign for China. Well, he is limping on that ankle. And clearly he's going to need to come out of the game. So Fu Hao comes in again. Jamal Waters. This man knows how to make it rain for Puerto Rico. Well, China's number 27, Fu Hao, comes back in, and the young Chinese fans watching on anxiously. 20 points now for Jamal Waters.
16 on the shot clock.
Wait, they can pop. Fu Hao's made 1 3 right off the bench. Doesn't get it. It's a better look for China. It's a wide open look from the perimeter. Well, puts it right between the legs again. Oh, baby! That is officially buenas noches. And coach, that's put a smile out of you. Let me tell you something right now. The magician, well, watch the nutmeg. You missed the nutmeg. Finds Romero. That is officially muchos gracias. That might be the play of the game. The nutmeg against Joe Chi. Finds a dime. It's only going to be one outcome. We're flying Romero Airlines on this one. Let's go to Puerto Rico for a vacation. And those fans, they absolutely love it.
Well, the play of the World Cup so far, what a move there from Waters, putting it between his legs.
Okay, so Kyle is playing. Kyle, you have to receive it low. Don't receive it here. 5 flash, okay? After that, we have it 51, and the other 2 are coming, and you play. Okay, go. Stay up, 51. Yes, right down, 51. Let's go. Let's go. And after that, 5 flash, 51. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, 6:28 to go here in the fourth quarter. Tremont Waters looking like the modern-day version of Carlos Arroyo, I think, with that move.
Yeah, I mean, that was incredible. You got to see some of that magic that Waters brings to the game. You know, to do that at that pace, at that moment, you know, not only does that take a lot of huevos, but you got to have the skill set to do it. So incredible to watch him play.
Well, that reminds me of the 2004 Olympics, Arroyo, taking it coast to coast. The fake pass he did in transition, I think it was Amari Stoudemire, just completely collapsed right to the ground. Very similar in terms of the impact he's had. 8 seconds now. Chang Wei, cross court. Fu Hao had the three-point in, go for it. Spinning around, going for a jumper. That's a nice strong move there by Fu Hao.
Yeah, great spin move there. Caught it there with a good challenge, but Fu Hao able to get it over him.
Cross court finding Howard. Steps out of bounds. Another turnover. Still made the shot. I mean, this Puerto Rican team, they are as good as it gets, shooting just under 50% from downtown tonight.
Yeah, and Waters on these diagonal skips, just so impressive, his comfort level in finding these guys on the perimeter.
Wei going all the way, avoids the block, but also avoids the rim. Romero down the middle. It's a hard foul there, I think. Understanding your opponent, I mean, Ismael Romero's the kind of player that goes coast to coast himself there, so Fu Hao maybe could have just put his hands up and hoped that that would have rolled out.
Yeah, well, China needs to get multiple bodies back there. It can't just be Fu Hao in transition defense.
Well, the man who had the big dunk in the opening game that gave Puerto Rico the lead after trailing so long against South Sudan. Misses the first free throw. Well, tonight the Puerto Ricans have missed 8 free throws. You gotta think, if you make all 8 of those, this game is all wrapped up. Makes a second one, 14-point ball game. Puerto Rican fans coming here tonight, enjoying the occasion, waving their flag. They'll be hoping to put on social media hashtag win for Puerto Rico. Chang Wei now looking to split the defense. Oh, we got an ankle break, another three-pointer. Goes out of bounds, but that will remain Puerto Rico ball.
Yeah, but that's not the possession that they want. Ji Wei stuck with the ball in his hands the majority of the time there. They got to get back to the pick and roll action they were running with Anderson at the 4, Lee Kayar, sorry, at the 4. You know, get him involved some way here.
The official's going to review this to see who it came off last, you reckon?
Yeah, that's got to be the only thing they would be looking at here.
Well, let's go and listen to our referees, Luis Castillo and Gata Shallons.
Stop. Just go before. let's put both. White, red. What about this? Let's go with this. Let's go with this. Okay, now go frame by frame. We have white is touching, and then we have the fingers of the red. So we have the white ball, right?
White ball, yes. Red line, white ball. Let's change the time, please.
Just go. Yes. After review, the coach's challenge is successful. White ball.
Well, they've overturned the decision, so China will get it back on the baseline, trailing by 14 points. 5:12 to go in the fourth. Well, it's only going to be a fresh 14 on the shot clock here. Kaya maybe calling for a ball screen, trying to take on John Holland. Good defense. House made 1-3. Again, almost got that one. Puerto Rico come up with a rebound. Trying to extend this one. But here's the guy who's been leading the way for them so far, Tremont Waters. Finding Romero. Romero with a throwdown. Well, no help side defense on Heaven or Up could stop him.
Yeah, beautiful basketball there from Puerto Rico. Just some simple flip action into the pick and roll. Waters finding a perfect bounce pass right here to Romero.
Sublime dime finding Ismael Romero and doing what he does best, ripping the ring down. That's what you've seen time and time from this man's career. It's crazy to think that he is a veteran.
Yeah, he's played so well so far in this FIBA World Cup, and I've also been really impressed with Waters so far in this game. 5 assists, just 1 turnover, as we see your friend back in the stands there.
Oh, he's my friend. Right?
Yeah. Let's play. Just be play. Play. Zero. Can't stay. Come here. Boom. Swing it. Boom. Swing to him. Or roll. Cheese. Show yourself down there. And after that, continue. Attack. Be aggressive. Let's go. And play some time down. L3 time down. Let's go.
Well, here's some of the replays. Ismael Romero. Again, you would probably expect better rim protection or defense from Joe Chi on this play. I mean, the height difference, especially in the stand. Look, Ismael Romero's played a high level, but Joe Chi's a former NBA player.
Well, in those one-on-one situations, much tougher for these guys to block shots. You saw there Joe Chi getting his body turned rather than being square.
Well, there's my pal again, the Puerto Rican fan. I think we've seen basketballs used as masks and helmets so far here in the FIBA World Cup. As Joe Chi finds Fu Hao for the mid-range, gets this one, nothing but net. A good response there from China. Back to a 14-point deficit.
Yeah, good ball movement there, getting it side to side. Gonna need some more of that here over the last 4 minutes.
Waters finding Romero again. Romero goes up and finishes this one. Was looking for the ad one, but he's having a great game tonight. Ismael Romero, tonight probably his best input. 18 points, second leading scorer for Puerto Rico. Taji Wade tries a 3, can't get it. China can't get an offensive rebound. Well, it has to be more than just Joe Chi going for second chances. Howard, quick 3-pointer. He'll fire from downtown. I'm trying hard to make the impossible comeback. It's got to be now, of course. Nice Jao Ray under the basket. Fu Hao's made 1-3. Takes another one. Again, it gets really cylinder, but just rolls its way out. Points for Tremont Waters. Down the middle, easy teardrop, and that's just too easy, Coach.
Yeah, China's pick and roll defense really having a lot of problems here in the fourth quarter. Joe Chi in these deep drops, and Waters has really been able to get whatever he wants out of him.
you can feel a bit of physical fatigue as Sasha Djordjevic is about to. Oh, they're going to call an offensive foul. Oh, I thought they were going to call this one against Teron Waters, but well, it's on Joe Cheats. Have a look at the replay.
Yeah, Condit, nice job there. He's sliding over, trying to absorb the roll as Joe Chi's rolling down in an established position, and Joe Chi just kind of ran him over. It's nice help defense there from Condit.
Well, again, it's been the same story. It's been relatively similar score lines throughout the quarters here. China kept it closer in the second, but you felt by cutting it down to single digits, they were probably going to have a glimmer of hope of making some sort of a comeback, but they just can't play consistently that for 4 quarters.
Yeah, that's been their issue so far in this World Cup. Just haven't found consistency from any group.
5 on the shot clock. Condit off the dribble, pulls up the three-pointer. But again, same story again, offensive rebound, too easy, and one. And Sasha Djordjevic just saying, hey, I put you in the game to box out. But John Holland, and the former Apoel Jerusalem player in the Israeli Winter League and in the Basketball Champions League. There was a seal-off by Ismael Romero, but it all starts with the boxing out coach.
Yeah, well, Puerto Rico, very difficult to keep off the glass.
Only can't convert the three-point play. Trying to find something here. Using the backboard very well. And again, that just cuts it back down to 18 points.
And interestingly, this is the first time in this game where we've seen that lineup with the young Chinese playmakers together.
Now we're under 2 minutes. Puerto Rico on their way. Well, probably we're going to have a Central American matchup in the next round. Again, Howard. I mean, we might have the. We need to find out what the word is splash in Spanish, because we've got the splash hermanos here. Howard and Waters.
Yeah, those two guys can really fill it. Both of them having a great game today.
John Ray going for a step back three-pointer. Condit with a rebound. Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see Dominican Republic take on Puerto Rico. Tries another three-pointer. Just can't get a drop. Oh, watch out, look out below. What a block shot there. The follow-up by Condit. That block shot was something special. And again, I got a reaction out of you, Coach.
Well, I really like this young kid. Twei Young-shi, just 20 years old, long and athletic. You see it right there on the hustle back and the block shot.
Well, look at this. They would say in Chinese. This is my house. Even though the follow-up was good there, but what a block shot. Get out of here. You are not welcome, Romero. That's a big-time block.
Yeah, great effort there from the young player. He's shown a lot of flashes in their tune-up games leading up to here. Good to see him getting some quality minutes here down the stretch. This is only going to help him as he moves forward as the future of this Chinese national team.
Well, big input from the Puerto Rican players. It's going to be a FIBA AmeriCup matchup. Lean forward in the corner, goes for another three-pointer. And good night, Puerto Rico. The rain just continues to come down time and time again. The three-point shooting has been exemplifying from this Puerto Rican national team. And a lean forward, he hits his second treble of the night. Make that 15 three-point field goals for Puerto Rico. And the Puerto Rican fans, they love this. Hao coming off one ball screen. Hu Ming Xuan, he'll try to pull up for a three-pointer. Consolation out for China. They've got to think about their matchups as they'll cross over with Group A's third and fourth place teams, Angola and the Philippines. Lean forward. His last three. He's not going to take this one. You know how it's not lacking confidence. Another step back. Doesn't get it. Hu Ming made his last one again. Back-to-back triples from Hu Ming. Cutting it down to an 18-point ball game, but as it stands, Puerto Rico well on their way to securing this victory. So 2 more free throws coming up for Howard. Well, it was that game against South Sudan that was the underlying. I mean, that was the biggest game probably in the group if you think about it. Had they not won that game in overtime, you know, they probably would be heading to the classification round.
Yeah, no question. An incredible comeback there for them. And if you're South Sudan, obviously you got to make sure that you're not looking back. You got to look forward. Finishing as the top team in Africa gets you to the Olympics, so that's got to be the goal for them.
Of course, the top team for the Americas as well. Both the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. That matchup might be the decider. But ladies and gentlemen, at the end of this game, Puerto Rico wins 107-89 against China. Puerto Rico finishes in second place. China winless here in the group stage. But the crossover will happen in the next few days. A big, big victory for Puerto Rico. 16 for 34 from the perimeter. A stat line that you expect any team to win a game like this. But Tremont Waters finishing with 22 points. But let's talk about Ismael Romero. What an impact he had in this game.
Yeah, well, the veteran, you know, huge throughout the game. 18 points on 7 for 9 shooting. 10 rebounds to go along with that. Continues to lead this group.
Tremont Waters, and he can't believe it. You know, the thing I was trying to say at the end there, Dominican Republic versus Puerto Rico, that could be a decider of who makes it to the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Yeah, no question. We're going to have some really interesting matchups as we move over the next couple of days. I think also the Philippines versus China, with the likelihood of that first place for the Asian qualification up for grabs, could be an interesting one.
Well, even though they didn't, as you mentioned, not finishing in the top 2, a lot to play for. Yes, everybody wants to take home the Naismith Trophy, but also 2024 Paris Olympics currently at stake for all these teams. Top 2 teams in Europe will make it automatically. But again, you got to think for the continent of the Americas and for Asia. Top team from Asia will qualify. Japan already have 1 victory against Finland.
Yeah, well, you know, it could be interesting from the 2 groups here at the arena. We might see 2 or 3 of the Olympic qualifiers. So I wouldn't be surprised if South Sudan versus Angola also had a lot of significance behind it.
Well, the players head to the changing room. Some will also be heading to the press conference. But job done here for Puerto Rico. They'll be crossing over with the Italians and with the Dominican Republic. There's your stat line, coach. I mean, China had 10 3-pointers. That's still quite a good amount to have by the end of the game. At 16 for 34, as I said, you would expect to win the game.
Yeah, you know, once again, China's defense just not up to the level they needed. Puerto Rico feeling very comfortable from the 3-point line throughout. Credit to them, though, for knocking them down.
Well, China had some success in the early stages getting to the free throw line. TCL MVP for the game, Tremont Waters. And no surprise, of course. I mean, this guy simply is a game changer. And there was Romero, who had a phenomenal game. You know, probably the best game we've seen Romero have, and he's already had some big impacts in the first game against South Sudan.
Well, the definition of solid, set good screens, finished when he got the ball, was there on the offensive rebounds, exactly what you want from the veteran leader.
Well, there was the pick and roll sequence between Zhao Ziwei and Joe Peng. You know, Zhao Ray, there's a lot of potential in this young man. But again, you know, I was talking about the plan. Sasha Djordjevic, probably one of the greatest coaches you're going to find in the international game. It has to be a very much a long-term plan if the seeds and the roots of Chinese basketball are going to transfer them back to a championship DNA dynasty.
Yeah, no question about that. And, you know, we see here the play of the World Cup right there. Waters, unbelievable poise, putting it through the legs of Zhou Qi and finding the bounce pass for the finish.
Well, nutmeg sequence finding Ismael Romero. And again, he's got to love playing with Tremont Waters because he is just getting the rock in a sweet spot every time on the offense.
Yeah, and Tremont Waters, I think, had his best game of the World Cup so far. 6 assists and just 1 turnover. Turnovers had been an issue for him going into this game.
Well, China getting it done in the early stage of the first quarter, but overall, Puerto Rico just solidifying and inserting themselves as the greatest team. Off balance, out of control, but there's a key highlight for China. What a block that was.
Yeah, the young player, Kuei Yongxi, showing the athleticism and effort.
And again, that's a place there when someone's trying to get back there. Time and time again, we've seen this with China. Follow-ups, second chance points have gone in favor of their opponents. And at times, you can even see Coach Sasha Djordjevic saying to those players, come on, move, get into position, get ahead, get back. I mean, like I said, a lot of work for him and his coaching staff with his national team. Well, here are your final standings of Group B. Serbia top, followed by Puerto Rico. South Sudan and China head for the classification. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to say thank you for joining us here. The group stage is over. Now we're heading on to round 2 for the crossover. We'll see you soon for more games at the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup. But for now, it's goodbye, and we'll see you soon.
It's okay. 行了。1、2，好的，纪委。那非常遗憾吧，我们这场比赛很努力，但是没有收获我们所期待的结果。但是我觉得，相对于前2场比赛来说，我们这场比赛其实还是打出一些内容了，而且我们也可以看到大家的一些调整和改变。你是怎么感叹的？
因为今天教练针对布置了吧，可能我们要提速，然后更果断。出现一些机会就直接就攻了，然后所以今天我们得分可能到89，快到90，但是之前60多分确实是很难赢球吧，像我说的。然后但是今天觉得在防守端还是执行的不够坚决吧，我们外线包括内线之间的衔接呼应啊做的还不是够好，给对方这个外线通过突破传导球导了很多机会吧。
说说你自己吧，其实呢，前2场比赛你承受的这种挑战，包括困难，其实还是挺大的。那么，如果说从场上直观的表现来看呢，坦率的说，肯定不是特别的理想。但是我相信你也在不断的调整，我们也可以看到这场比赛你自己的这种调整有一些非常明显的变化。你这2天你是怎么给自己做这些心理建设和这种战术理解上的建设？
第一个就是从我个人来说，屏蔽外界的一些声音吧。然后确实是前2场球发挥的不好，然后就是打的还是太死板一些，然后就完全的按照这种体系来执行，就是把自己的一些特点啊、风格丢掉了吧，我觉得。然后，但是打球这么多年了，还是想通过积极的一种态度，能够转变这种形式吧。然后。今天可能就是放下一些东西，然后把自己的一些特点啊、速度啊能够提上来，打一些